Only on Christ 17 TV. Today we got the throwback hat on. I'm gonna go back a little bit. Lost my godmother not too far back, less than 2 weeks ago, and she used to live in Turlock, California, but she moved to Virginia, and I haven't seen her in over 20 years. But in my childhood, I had a lot of fun times at her house in Turlock. She had a farm, and her son Steven was my favorite cousin out of all my family. He was older guy. He was like super cool. He used to have dirt bikes. He was the truth. He actually rode on a circuit where he had his own cards, and I used to take my cards when I moved to New York because I used to come back every summer, and I used to go over there every summer. I used to go at least spend like 3 4 days there at the farm. He used to have me driving the three-wheelers, the four-wheeler. I was probably like 10, 11 years old. Well, no, I take that back. I was probably about 12, and she was always good to me. She was always good to me. Like, I stayed there, and it was a farm, so her husband, which is my godfather, Harold, he would take me and show me how to milk the cows and do all kind of cool stuff, and I would just be running around there doing crazy stuff. They have the hay bales real high, and I'd be up there jumping. But I was really into baseball, and they had this big grass where I used to like to throw up the ball and hit the ball and just play as a kid, of course. But my cousin Steven, he used to always ride his dirt bikes and his bikes, and he was always gone, but he just was so cool to me until, I found out one day when I was in New York and it crushed me that he was hit on his dirt bike and he died. And that was the first time I was really crushed about somebody in my family dying when I was a young kid, because he was somebody that I really looked up to. And he was like, I want to say, a good role model. And I will say this though. He used to sneak me firecrackers. That's what I remember. He's like, come on, come on. And that's back then when we had M1000s, M80s, and we used to go, and they had like a canal. So he would light the thing and throw it, and right when it's about to hit in the water, boom, and the water will fly just everywhere. I just thought it was the coolest shit. And when I lost him, that was really sad. And I used to still go over to her house and farm. But when I was younger, I remember this family reunion. It was me and my other cousin Grant, now who he owns Canna Cruz in Santa Cruz. So if you ever want some good tree and you in Santa Cruz, make sure you go to Canna Cruz. I remember we were young kids, and this one with Steve was still alive. They had this big like trailer, right? Like a what you call it? Trailer home. So we used to go inside there, and Steve used to be inside there drinking beers, and I'll never forget because they were Harley Davidson beers, and he had some Harley Davidson cigarettes, I think. So me and my cousin Grant, we'd probably like, I want to say maybe 13 and 12, something like that age. So we in there, and we're smoking cigarettes and we're drinking the beers, and then Steve came and caught us, and instead of going telling on us, he popped open a beer and started downing the beer, and then he wanted to go light some fireworks, and he told us, you better wash your hands because they're going to smell the cigarettes on you. Everybody will. So we went, cleaned our hands. He gave us some of his spray. I think way back then, it wasn't spray. It was the kind you go like this. I think it was Brute. So the Brute was real strong. It was in like a green bottle. So I remember those days, man. I used to have fun there at that farm. I used to go help milk cows and ride the three wheeler. And I remember they had this big grass, right? And I used to get on this lawnmower they had, and I thought it was fun, but they said, well, Joey's gonna mow the lawn. I just thought I was just driving back and forth, but I would mow the whole lawn with that. They even let me drive a car on the farm. I mean, we had so much fun there, and my godmother was a beautiful lady, and she had a great soul, and I miss her dearly. What I will say though is what I do remember too is she had so many dogs. She had dogs that when you pulled up by the canal, you would come over the little thing and you would be in her front yard. The dogs used to greet you. And every time I came, she had a new dog, but she was missing one. And I always be like, where's the where's the black dog at? Where's the small dog at? And they will always say they chasing cars and they got hit by a car. And that used to break my heart because I used to form a bond with these dogs. And when I come back and hear after the dog's been hit and killed, I'm like, damn, this is crazy. But the dogs were free to roam. It was like a big old farm and they would just roam all over the place. And I just thought it was great. But she also had wild cats she used to feed in the backyard. So my mom, she's always had cats my whole life. So I always used to pet cats, play with cats, and just play with animals as a kid. So I remember trying to pet these cats, and they used to scratch the fucking shit out of me. I mean, I'd be coming in bleeding, and she would always say, Joey, you can't pet those cats. Those are wild cats. They don't even let me pet them. I just feed them because that keeps all the mice away and all that. Because once you live in a place like that where it's a farm and fields, you get a lot of mice. So the more cats you keep around you feed, the mice not coming around there because there'll be some of that cat's food too. So there's a there's a lot of things that I missed when I was a kid growing up and going to see my godmother Maxine Rasmussen. May you rest forever in peace. And I used to just have a blast there. I took my friend there one time because I just thought it was so fun. His name was Tony Montoya. So we actually had two bikes there, and it was a long road, and I think it's the same road that my cousin got hit and killed on at night when he was on his bike. But before that, me and my friend Tony Montoya, we was riding the bikes, and this is the country, man. This ain't the city. This ain't no little town. This is the country. So we're riding these bikes past another house, and just like my godmother's house, they had mad dogs. So all of a sudden, we turn around and there's like four dogs chasing us, and we just pedaling, trying to get up out of there. So we get way down here where the dogs quit chasing us, but there's only one thing. That you went this way, but you got to go back the same way to get back to the house. So we're like scared because these are like German shepherds and all kind of big dogs. These ain't little dogs chasing our ass. These is big dogs. So we waited a minute and we're like, damn. So we did it. And the same thing, as soon as we got past that little part, them dogs were on our ass. And I mean, they were on the back of our tire. Like if they wanted, they could have grabbed our ass. But they were just chasing us. And I'm telling you, that scared the shit out of my friend Tony Montoya. He never came back. But I was used to that kind of shit, getting chased by dogs on bikes and climbing fences and, oh shit, there's a dog here, and just all kind of shit. But we had so much fun there, man. Every time I went there, it was a blast. Everybody treated me good. I remember sitting in the front room with Harold, and we always watched the Giants game. We always watched the Giants game, and that's way back. I'm talking about way back with Will Clark and Roger Craig was the manager. I mean, these were the good old days, man. These were the days that you can't get back, but you think about and wish you could relive those days because it was so much fun and it was so different of times. It was peaceful. And I remember breakfast. Breakfast used to trip me out because I'm used to being at my mom's in the Bronx or for the summer at my grandmother's house and regular milk. So one time she has the old school milk thing like way back when they used to bring the milk to your porch in them jars. And I'm pouring the milk in my cereal and I'm the first bite I almost spit it out because the milk tasted so crazy to me. And I'll never forget my cousin Steve was laughing so hard. You said that milk is from the cow titty, and I just was like, ugh, nasty as hell. I'm a little kid though, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to drink it, but I wanted to finish my cereal, so I had to learn how to adjust to that milk and like that milk. But I mean, I remember there we used to sit at the table and it used to be great meals and they were very, very nice and respectful. And they always took me in like I was one of their own. And that's what I loved. The love was unconditional. Yep. Getting a little teary eyed thinking about it. But hey, I miss her. I miss my cousin Steven and my cousin Julie. She was the daughter and she's always nice to me. And she always used to tell on me too, because I always was doing some bullshit, like trying to sneak this. And they always like, where'd you get them firecrackers at? Stay out of Steven's room. Oh, I used to love those days, man. Those days are priceless, and that's some throwback shit you can never get back. But you know, I'm just glad that she's in peace now, because she was suffering from cancer and she wasn't doing that good. And for somebody to suffer and finally get peace, I'm at peace with her being at peace. But Turlock, California, I'll never forget those days, man. The days was fun. And the canals, I'll never forget. He would tie me to a rope and we would be in the canal. He wouldn't let me swim in it, but he'd tie me up and be like, okay, I'm going to drop you in. I'm like, man, let me swim. Why? He's down there swimming in it, though. I mean, I had a blast, man. It was so much fun, and I really miss those days, man. I really do. And if I can get those days back, I would definitely want those days back as a kid. So I just wish that she never moved to West Virginia. So, I mean, so I could have seen her at least in the past 15 to 20 years, you know, because she was a great lady and I miss her. And with that being said, this is Christ 17 TV, and this one is for you, my godmother, and may you rest in paradise, and may you be at peace now. But thank you for all the things you shown me, all the love you gave me, and all the memories we shared when I was a kid. Even though I was a bad kid, and I was sneaking firecrackers out, and I was sneaking his cigarettes and sneaking Harley Davidson beers. Me and Grant, I think that was the first time that me and him got really like kind of like buzzed. It was like we smoking cigarettes trying to be mad cool, but we was getting lightheaded like we was drinking, and that was making us feel like we was spinning. Cause we drank like 2-3 beers at like 12 and 13. And the crazy part is, we were so bad. The beers weren't even cold beers. They were hot beers that was in the trailer home, and we just took the beers and we went way down by the haystack and drank the beers behind there, smoked the cigarettes, and just thought that we were so damn cool. When that we just some little kids doing bad shit, just being bad, you know, and them were some good days, man. I just wish that she didn't move far so I can at least say my goodbyes. Because she was always great to me. She treated my mom good. She treated my brother good. She treated my grandmother good. And she was just a good soul. And with that being said, man, I'm going to end this on that note, you know, and hit the like, hit hit the subscribe, and I miss you. God bless and have a great day.